You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
And this was the pictures just a short time ago out of Sydney, Australia, where they rang in 2025. Of course, as we know, it's already 2025 in other parts of the world. This was in Sydney, Australia, as they got the party started. Thanks for joining us here at 6 a.m., everyone. I'm Chris Groh.
And I'm Netta Irampour. And you see right here behind us, a live look at Times Square. That's, of course, in New York City, as they get ready for the midnight ball drop. It's going to look a lot different there on those streets with so many people. It's expected to rain there, though, but it will be dry right here in San Diego. So we're lucky to get to celebrate here. Meteorologist Evan Irani giving us a check of that forecast for this New Year's Eve. Hi, Evan.
Hey, good morning. Yes, it is going to be a mild afternoon that we have in store, and really that's the case for many of the days to come as temperatures warm up. But it is overnight, of course, as we go from tonight into tomorrow, that those temperatures are going to be rather cold. Take a look at the bottom number there. Not the 60s or the 70s, but instead the 40s and 30s that we're expecting tonight into tomorrow under cloudy skies. More on that forecast coming up.
Evan, thank you very much. And now make sure you have a plan to get home safely after all these New Year's Eve celebrations tonight. The California Highway Patrol will be cracking down, of course, on drunk drivers.
But you can have options here. You can get a free ride on public transit as well as a host of other different things. CBS 8's Regina Yarita live in the gas lamp with the details. And Regina, we know a lot of people are going to be celebrating tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning, Chris and Netta. All over San Diego, it's going to be a fun time. We know it's going to be crowded with so many people hoping to ring in the new year. This morning, we find ourselves in Gaslamp. Later tonight, this is going to be another crowded place where people will be taking advantage of the New Year's festivities. But this is a good time, at least a good reminder to know that California Highway Patrol officers will ramp up operations in San Diego County to crack down on impaired drivers for this holiday period. CHP says their officers are committed to working through the holidays to ensure everyone can reach their destination safely. Safe roads are possible when every driver makes responsible decisions behind the wheel. They will initiate its New Year's maximum enforcement period starting at 6 p.m. Now, we were also able to talk to Caltrans, who's warning people over the dangers of drinking and driving. Take a listen.
14% of all fatal crashes throughout the year involve at least one driver who is under the influence of alcohol. During the overnight period on New Year's Eve, that rate spikes to 42%.
And as suggested, the biggest recommendation is to have a plan tonight. If you are going to be going out and drinking, definitely have an alternative option to get home safely. So MTS is encouraging San Diegans to take advantage of free public transportation on New Year's Eve. They will be providing extra late night services on New Year's Eve with all free rides starting at 6 p.m. There's also rideshare services that will be handing out free discounts if you are thinking of taking that option later tonight. But we are in Gaslamp. I'll send it back to you.
Rideshare drivers will certainly be busy. Thank you very much, Regina, for that great advice. And a reminder this morning to not ring in the new year with illegal fireworks. Fireworks-related injuries and deaths have actually climbed 30% over the past 16 years. If you are caught with illegal fireworks, you can face up to a $10,000 fine. So if you're hearing them go off in your neighborhood, well, you can report these illegal fireworks in San Diego by calling that number on your screen, 619-531-2000.
And thousands of Scripps Health patients with insurance through Anthem Blue Cross may be forced to find a new doctor starting tomorrow. Their contract ends today, and if the two fail to come to terms, Scripps hospitals and doctors could exit Anthem's medical provider network. Patients are being urged to prepare. One resource is National Senior Benefit Advisors. That's a San Diego-based agency that can help seniors navigate the change free of charge. Now, today is the first open enrollment deadline for Covered California. You have to sign up now if you want coverage for all of 2025, starting tomorrow. The final deadline is January 31st. And starting tomorrow, you need to park at least 20 feet back from a stop sign or you could get a ticket. Enforcement of the state's new daylighting law applies whether the curb is painted red or not. It's meant to open up intersections and eliminate blind spots. The city of San Diego is painting more curbs red near corners, and they are removing about 100 parking spaces. The city will be giving warnings for the first 60 days, then fines will run $77.50. And a new state regulation will require insurance companies to offer coverage to more homeowners in wildfire-prone areas. Companies will have to start increasing coverage by 5% every 2 years until they hit the equivalent of 85% of their market share. But it could mean higher bills for many. The new guideline, which takes effect in 30 days, allows insurers to charge homeowners higher premiums to protect themselves from wildfire claims.
A proposal drafted by an insurance company lobbyist behind closed doors where there's no opportunity for public comment. It's just an outrageous abuse of the public trust.
And you just heard from the president of Consumer Watchdog. The nonprofit says they will fight this in court, but State Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara paints a different picture and says, quote, within input from thousands of residents throughout California, this reform balances protecting consumers with the need to strengthen our market against climate risks.
And now, a landmark in Barrio Logan will pour its last beer today. Border X Brewing, right there on Logan Avenue, will close for good as their lease expires. They've been there a long time. The owner says the forced shutdown during the pandemic created a huge debt for them that they still carry. So today, they're pouring drinks until their supplies run out. They are scheduled to be open from noon to 4. No word on plans to move to another location. Will there be another Border X? The owner says this will not affect Mujeres Brewhouse. That is also in Barrio Logan, just a couple blocks away, and that one is owned by his wife. So at least that will still stay open. But yeah, this is the final day, so if you don't have plans for today, that might be a good spot.
Kind of tough for that spot. 2 landmarks there, Border X and then Salud as well,
tacos,
too, had to close.
Right, exactly. And a lot of people go there for the tacos, for the beers, exactly. So, yes, New Year's Eve celebrations might be a good opportunity there to head down to the South Bay. We know there are festivities going on all across the county. Fog has been the biggest issue this morning, but it doesn't seem like that will be much of an issue as we go into tomorrow morning. So, meaning tonight into tomorrow. It's doubtful that we'll see even nearly as much as cloud cover as we have out there now. 2 to 3 miles of visibility is where we're at for the most part across San Diego County, and that's close to the coastline. One of the big reasons why we will likely see that adjustment made with fewer clouds on hand into tonight and tomorrow is because of these periods of offshore winds. So winds that are offshore are going to help to clear those clouds off along the coast and bring us to some cooler overnight lows, but then some warmer afternoon highs. And we're going to be trending towards some seriously warm afternoon highs Wednesday and Thursday afternoon to start off the new year. Those are 2 fantastic days, January 1st and January 2nd. Current temperatures out the door right now are quite cold. This is a good indication of what you can expect going from tonight into early tomorrow. La Mesa, 45 degrees, 34 in Ramona, 51 for Carlsbad and Sanitas Del Mar. So temperatures are mostly cooler than where they normally would be. Clear skies are expected by the time we get to the overnight stretch, but here's where we're at right now. We've got a little bit of a layer of clouds that we're working with. Sunrise coming at 6:51, so another about 45 minutes or so, just under that, before we see a little bit of light come through, and we'll likely stay with those gray skies for that time frame. Sunset's coming at 4:53. Remember, there's a lot of nighttime out there between 4:53 and midnight, so it'll be dark early, but those festivities will start a little later. On the 10-day temperature trend, you can see how much warmer we get for Wednesday and Thursday, the 1st and the 2nd. Temperatures slide a bit, but then kind of balance out as we get toward the beginning of next week. Let's take a look outside and talk about traffic. Right now it is quiet, and that's been the case for a good portion of the morning. We earlier were tracking a crash that looks to still be in play. This is on the express lane of the 15 southbound at the 163, not causing any major backups in either direction. It's just the right-hand shoulder that's blocked there. Taking a look at your border wait times right now, looks like it's a 30-minute wait, very quick across the San Ysidro Port of Entry. Otay Mesa Port of Entry going to get you across much faster. It's only 10 minutes to get across there. So expect it to be a pretty quick wait time as you head out today. However, tomorrow could be much slower. Back to you.